I have some friends in the dark universe. Do you know what is the biggest pinpoint for them when using their phones? Clicks and typing. Today, I'm going to use ChatGPT to create an app for their routine phone usages, suggesting the right apps and actions so they don't have to click through app menus or type in search words anymore. The free tools I'm going to use today are CodePen and ChatGPT. You can check my previous introduction video about the tools by following the link on screen. We need to take 4 steps in total, and the first one is to share the app idea with ChatGPT. Here we go. I want to build an app in HTML to help me handle some routine app usage better. At first, I try to describe how the app should work, but after typing in a few words, I feel it is not easy to design an app right out of my head. So instead, I start talking about the users first, by describing my dog friend's daily routine. I typically do certain things at certain time. For example, at 7 a.m., drive to drop off kid to school. I need to type in the school name in my Maps app. At the same time, my kid will ask me to play his favorite music, so I need to find it from YouTube. Then at 8 a.m., it is usually after the kid drop off, and I need to navigate to work, and probably listen to some YouTube channel I like the most while driving. It would be nice if the channel just pops up without me typing to search it. Now, my head is more prepared to talk about what app I want. I just create a bullet list, not logically ordered at all. I want the app to support routine config in the following format: time, days of the week, a URL link to open a specific page in an app, for example, a video page on YouTube, or start navigation in Google Maps. Upon opening the app, I want it to check the current time and sort my routines based on how close each of them is to the current time, and display the sorted routines. And I'm thinking to group the sorted routines as well. For example, one category for navigation, one for music, because I may want to pick one from each category at a given time, like listen to music while driving. Then for UI, default view should show the sorted routines, and there should be a settings button. Upon click, open a page for putting in routine settings. To make tests easier, please generate some default setting examples. And setting changes should be saved to browser local storage. And don't forget to say thank you. As ChatGPT starts writing the code, we are entering step 2, make the core functionality work. Sometimes like this, ChatGPT will give you 2 versions of responses. Now let's check the first version. UI doesn't look good, but no worries, we'll polish it later. Now we are on the default view, and there is no routine item shown. Let's check the settings page. It does have some routine configs with required format, but just nothing showing in the default view. Let's also check the second version. Also, the default view is empty, while settings page does have configs. I think there's a bug, so I reply to ChatGPT. In both responses, I don't see any routine suggested in the default view. Based on the sample input, it should suggest some routine items. And ChatGPT agrees, saying you are right, and providing a newer version. In this version, after I put some config in, the default view shows no routines for today. Wait a moment. Now, taking a closer look at the settings, I realize there is no routine for Sunday. Well, today is actually Sunday. After adding Sunday, the default view starts showing items. This makes me think the first version may be correct, and they just showed nothing because no routine for today. Now testing the routine item links. It works. Open Google Maps for New York successfully. Now let's do more polish by chatting with ChatGPT. Currently, each routine item is shown as time plus open. I want to show time and the routine name instead. Also, put the sample settings in the config box directly instead of me copy-pasting them. Lastly, make the UI nicer. Whoa, it does look better overall, but also a bunch of UI bugs like misalignment, text overflow. I still need to do the config copy-paste. Let's chat more. I want the items in each category to be a horizontal row instead of vertical, so I can save some vertical spaces to show more categories. Remove the open text. Make the entire item clickable instead of text with link. Change the config format to be more logically ordered, for example, category first. And most importantly, make sure to put the example config in the text box directly. Here is a new version. Let's first check the example config. No, still empty. I don't even want to test other changes now, just directly complain with ChatGPT on the configs. ChatGPT insists it's done, but I cannot see any default config. After maybe 10 rounds of arguing between us, I start doubting. Maybe it is a previous issue. I copy-paste the code to CodePen, and it works, and has the default settings. What's going on here? After some reflection, I realized the issue. Do you remember we asked ChatGPT to save the config in browser local storage? And I think it does. And in the previous version, we saved an empty config by mistake, and it has been used instead of the default config. Since different websites have separate storage, so when we copy-paste to CodePen, it works now. Well, ChatGPT, good job, you are right this time, but I hope you could give me some workaround to try instead of insisting the same thing over and over again. Now, step 3. Let's test and polish the UI on phone. Just open the CodePen debug wheel URL on the phone. Whatever change we make on laptop will be directly shown on the phone after web page refresh. Functionality-wise, it looks fine at a glance. UI-wise, definitely needs more work. It can open the YouTube app correctly. Google Maps works too. Now, polishing the UI. First, I feel there are too much space between the core UI and the screen edges, which wastes space on a small phone screen. So I ask to remove the floating card. Then, commonly for all apps, let's disable zoom to make it like a real regular app. When editing the config, also ask not to zoom. Make the buttons wider to take full width of the screen. Remove the routine manager app title to save some space. Make the UI overall nicer, like I don't have a good example on top of my head, so I start another ChatGPT chat and ask for some apps with good and clean UI. It gives me a few. Let's use the first one, Apple Music and Apple Wallet. Wow, it looks much better this time. UI reference does help. Still have some small issues though. The config text box is not centered. The save and close button are not on the same line. To make sure ChatGPT understands the issues, I share some screenshots with it. As I draft the new requirements, I also test the case with empty routine config, and we can see the no routines for today text doesn't have a good padding. Let's ask for a fix. With more testing, I realized the routine items are not correctly sorted. Those issues eventually got fixed, but harder than I thought. It took multiple rounds. I even tried Group 3, another AI chatbot, which helped me fix the sorting functionality in the end. Then I have the version you saw at the beginning. To make sure my dog friends like it, I have been testing it with real-life usage for a week and made a few more improvements. And that is the last step, use and improve. Now, let me walk you through the final version. Use Chrome for Android and Safari for iOS. Type in tccdiy.com/routine. Before going into the details, just to let you know, you can go to the browser menu and click Add to Home Screen. This will add an app icon to your home screen, making it accessible like a regular app. Now back to the routine app. At the top, it is a current date and time. Below, routines are divided into different categories. Now it is close to 7 a.m., so the 7 a.m. routines are highlighted and shown on screen. With one click, I can navigate to school and then start playing the music kids are asking for. Now we are at 7:45 a.m. after dropping off the kid. The closest routine item at 8 a.m. are highlighted, and they are for driving to work and listen to some tech news. Also, just one click, no typing. Fast forward to the afternoon. Now it is 3:49 p.m. Time to go to gym and exercise with some energetic remixes. Now at 10:53 p.m. time to go to bed. One click to open a relaxing audio and have a good night. The routines can be configured for weeks, weekends, days of the week, days of the month. Here it is March 1st, a Saturday. We have weekly piano class and also a monthly reminder to buy paper towels from Amazon. If there is no routine items scheduled within half hour of the current time, no item is highlighted, but you can still scroll through the items for the day with the past ones grayed out. Now let's take a look at the settings page. Upon open, you will see a message reminding you that the routine items are stored in the browser local storage. It suggests you to keep a copy of your config, for example in Google Keep, in case the browser cache is cleared accidentally. What you are seeing here is a default config. Each item is in the format of category, title, days, times, URL. Category is used to group your routine items. Title is the item name. Days can be Monday, Tuesday, or weekdays or weekends, every day, day of month. Times is when the routine should happen. The URL is the one to open the app's specific page. You can usually get it from the share functionality in various apps or copy the web page URLs as you visit them from browser. For the first config example, the category is Navigate to, the title is School, it is scheduled for every day at 7 a.m. and 17 p.m. and it opens Google Map for navigation in driving mode with destination as school. You can replace school with your specific address. For this gym item, it is scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, separated by spaces. For sleep ring sound, it is scheduled for every day, opening a YouTube video. For buying paper towel, it is scheduled on the first day of every month, and it links to the Amazon page. You can also add whatever links from other apps, for example, Google Keep. I put it here for easier transferring routine settings between these two apps. Here are also some convenient buttons for config editing. There are Select All, Paste. Clicking on the Examples button will reset your settings to the default one. You may use it to check examples on how to write configs. As long as you click Cancel instead of Save when leaving the page, they won't override your own config. Hope this app can be helpful to you. Like and subscribe to find more from the future. I need to head out to the dark world now before my friends become too tired. I'll see you in the next one.